Welcome back, Homesteaders. This is Jeremy. We are going to talk today about when is the right time to plant your fruit trees. I've done a fruit tree video, peach tree to be exact, here recently that I posted up, and I had questions on there about, okay, it looks great, I understand how, I understand where, when do we plant these? Guys, it's right now. You want to plant your fruit trees, or any tree for that matter, when it's dormant. So here in East Texas, from December to March 1st, that's when you need to be planting. So, hey, guess what? We're going to do a video today. I ordered a peach tree to go with some of the others I have. It's a Florida King, big juicy peach. And I'm going to show you just exactly how I plant it, why I plant it, where I do, and go from there. All right, stay tuned. Okay, guys, the first thing we want to talk about is the hole that we're going to dig and where to dig it and why. So with fruit trees, we want to make sure that we have full sun. When I say full sun, I mean full sun, guys. If you cannot get 6+ hours of full sun on your fruit trees, you're going to have an ornamental tree. You're not going to have any fruit. And if you do have fruit, it's not going to be near what you should have, and it's not going to taste the way it should. All right, sun sweetness, that's what we're looking for. Good draining soil, full sun. All right, which in another video, we're going to talk about pruning, which will explain why we prune the way we do to get that full sun on the fruit. Let's go back to the hole. So this is my Florida King that we bought. So it's going to need a little bit of pruning because it came to us with some broken limbs, but that's fine. It does have good branching, and I can tell the reason it does is because they got rid of the terminal end. We'll talk about that in our pruning video. Stay tuned. You're going to want to see that. So when we plant our fruit tree, we want to make sure that we go deeper than the roots to make sure that we've loosened that soil, and we go wider than the roots to make sure that soil is loosened as well. You want to use as much of your native soil when planting your fruit trees as possible. Don't dig your hole and fill it up with the Lowe's Best. Don't do that. Now, if you want to layer it, that's perfectly fine. I would never also recommend fertilizing a fruit tree. It's dormant. We're looking for root growth. You're not looking for leaf growth, fruiting, flowering, none of that. No height, no branching. That's what's going to happen in the winter. That's why it's time to plant. That's why it's time to prune everything. So when we plant this, we want to make sure that the native soil is what's introduced back, okay? You can put a little bit of whatever mulch, soil, you know, things you want to put in. Know what you're doing. Don't put hot fertilizer in here. Now, we raise a lot of different things here on the farm. One of them is rabbits. So rabbit pellets and straw, that's something I have. I am going to put a little in the bottom of this because I know it's a cold fertilizer and it can be used for that, okay? So I'm going to put the cold fertilizer in. We're going to set this. We are going to plant this fruit tree. You never want to plant a fruit tree, or any tree for that matter, deeper than you should, because you're going to introduce fungus, bacteria, all kinds of diseases that could come in and kill your tree. So you want to go down to the root ball. You want to go down to where the roots begin, where the grafting begun, if it's a graft. Find that area. That's where you're going to want to plant to, is right here. That's what you need above the soil, guys. That's what you need above the soil, okay? So that's what we're looking at. So when to plant them right now. Plant them when everything is dormant, because when all the trees are dormant, guess what's happening? Their roots are growing. They're settling in. They're getting ready for their productive season. All right? We're going to come right back to you after we put this in. Okay guys, we've laid in some of our dirt. I'm gonna go ahead and get this moist down there on the roots. All right. I have put in a piece of PVC pipe, which I like to do with a lot of my fruit trees when I'm starting out. This piece of PVC, I have drilled holes in it towards the bottom to where I can feed water directly to the roots. I like to do this for the first year. It seems to really help. I have some others in the background here that have done really well with this. So I'm gonna go ahead now and put the rest of this soil in place. And probably I'm gonna top it off with some of that natural manure that I have here on the farm. I'm gonna put some rabbit manure down and some of that straw. And then we're gonna talk about why I put the color mulch that I use on my fruit trees. Okay? All right. We're not trying to pack it hard. We just want to make sure that between those roots, we get the soil that's necessary to provide for this tree. So, not gonna just put a crazy amount here, but as we water this plant, these nutrients will go down and help it out, okay? So let's talk real quick about the mulching process. So during the winter months, the most important thing is that root growth, guys. That's what you want. You want that root growth, okay? That's gonna set the precedence for the whole season. Well, the most important thing you can do, especially for a newly planted plant, is provide something that's gonna keep the soil warm. Now, of course, I'll be taking this off in a minute. I like to use black mulch. Any mulch is better than no mulch. I'll say that now. But I like to use black mulch because, in particular, that seems to keep the soil warmer. And that's what you want. You want the soil as warm as you can because you're getting that root growth. So one thing that you can say, it doesn't matter in the winter, it can be 45 and sunny. If it's 45 and sunny, then we can make sure that it's 65 down below with this mulch in place. We want to make sure that we have that. Black absorbs the sun, it absorbs the heat, and that's what we're looking for. All right, so fruit tree planted. Now let's look at what we've got to do to this tree. There is a few things. It did travel to us from a long ways off, so there are some of these that are broken. Okay, we have one here. I'm using my Corona clippers, love them. This is a Florida King. I will keep this as a recognition of what we're looking at. I believe this one was broken, yes. We're gonna take it off. That one looks okay. I believe this one was broken as well. It's barely hanging. So we're gonna take that off. So we look at this, and I do believe, honestly, that we may see some blooms in the first year from this tree. They have terminated they have taken off the terminal bud on this, which has caused it to grow these branches. I don't think that it'll fruit this year, but on the second year, this plant's gonna fruit for us. Let's go over to this peach tree that in a video I planted last year. I'm gonna go ahead and prune off some things that were there, and I wanna show you, see, but did the same thing, guys, in that video that you can find on my channel. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take this off, and I'm gonna take this one off. Of course, we wouldn't want those to keep growing, all right? So we've got these off. Now the tree will put more energy into the rest, right? When I first got this tree, if y'all remember, it was pretty much a stick. So I terminated the main bud and this is what we got, which is really good. So I'm looking forward to some growth this year. Trying to see, we may get a peach off this. Hey guys, I hope you found that video helpful, useful, educational, entertaining. If you did, please hit that like and subscribe button so we can keep bringing them to you. Try and answer these questions y'all have, and I hope this video did it. God bless. Until next time, see ya.